Have you ever imagined living in a place where elephants roam freely, almost like neighbors? Welcome to Botswana, a land full of wonders and secrets waiting to be uncovered. But here's the catch. You need to be incredibly lucky to experience this country, as it limits the number of tourists allowed. Botswana is home to diamonds so large they rival chicken eggs. Yet for locals, these gems aren't the most valuable treasure. What truly stands out is the vibrant culture, from the beautiful, free-spirited women to the tribes living in harmony with nature. Add to this the lively festivals and breathtaking wildlife, and you've got a paradise unlike any other. Surprisingly, the cost of living here is much more affordable than you'd expect. Known officially as the Republic of Botswana, this country is more than just a travel destination. It's a unique blend of nature, culture, and adventure. If you're lucky enough to step foot here, you'll discover a magical world where simplicity meets splendor. Get ready to dive into today's special travel documentary and see what makes Botswana such an extraordinary place. Botswana is a landlocked country in southern Africa, sharing borders with Namibia, Zambia, Zimbabwe, and South Africa. But here's the mind-boggling part. There's a tiny point where these four countries almost meet, called a quadrupoint. Technically, it's not a true quadrupoint, as Namibia and Zambia are separated by a mere 150 meters of the Zambezi River. Yes, you read that right. Botswana has one of the shortest international borders in the world, just 0.15 kilometers, 150 meters, with Zambia. This spot is so narrow you can practically walk between the two countries by crossing the Kazungula Bridge. Now, let's talk size. Botswana covers a vast 581,730 square kilometers, making it slightly larger than France, but with a fraction of the population. Despite its massive land area, much of Botswana is dominated by the Kalahari Desert, giving it an almost otherworldly landscape. Nearly 70% of Botswana, an expanse of golden sands stretching across 900,000 square kilometers, spilling into neighboring countries. Amid this arid beauty lies the Okavango Delta, one of the world's largest inland deltas, a lush oasis teeming with wildlife and often called the jewel of the Kalahari. Botswana's vibrant capital, Gaborone, derives its name from Chief Gaborone of the Tlakwa tribe, who once settled in the area. Today, it's a bustling hub known for modern malls, lively markets, and cultural landmarks. Around 250,000 residents call Gaborone home, making it the largest city in the country. The official language is English, but most locals speak Setswana, reflecting the nation's rich cultural heritage. Gaborone is where tradition meets progress in this land of breathtaking contrasts. Botswana intentionally limits international tourists to protect its pristine wilderness and wildlife. With a focus on high-value, low-impact tourism, only about 1.8 million visitors are welcomed annually. This approach ensures the fragile ecosystems, like the Okavango Delta and Chobe National Park, remain untouched and exclusive. Economically, Botswana ranks as the fourth most developed country in Africa, with a stable government and diamond-driven prosperity. It trails behind Seychelles, Mauritius, and South Africa in development. Unlike mass tourism destinations, Botswana opts for luxury safari lodges and small group experiences, preserving its unique charm. The exclusivity comes at a cost, making it a paradise reserved for those seeking unparalleled natural beauty, while keeping its treasures safeguarded for generations. The Sand people, often called the Bushmen, are one of the oldest tribes on Earth, with a history spanning over 20,000 years. Found mainly in Botswana, they also inhabit parts of Namibia, Angola, and South Africa. In Botswana alone, their population is estimated at around 60,000. Despite living in a rapidly developing country, the Sand people have preserved their ancient nomadic lifestyle, deeply connected to the land and its rhythms. The Sand live in small, close-knit communities, hunting animals with handmade bows and gathering wild fruits and roots. Their lifestyle is simple yet harmonious, with no concept of owning land or wealth. Interestingly, men in the Sand community can have multiple wives if they can support them, but it's not just wealth that attracts women. Men must showcase their hunting skills, kindness, and ability to provide for a family, qualities highly valued in their culture. So, why does Botswana, a modern and developed country, still have this ancient tribe? The answer lies in Botswana's respect for its cultural diversity and history. The sand are seen as a vital link to the country's ancestral past and an integral part of its heritage. However, they face challenges as modernization and land disputes threaten their way of life. Yet, their resilience and Botswana's policies to preserve indigenous communities ensure the sand remain a living symbol of humanity's deep connection to nature. Let's talk about the Botswana's women, who are renowned for their natural beauty, grace, and warm hospitality. They are incredibly welcoming to tourists, often guiding them through cultural experiences like traditional dances and songs, which are vibrant and joyful. These women value community and often stay together as roommates before marriage, creating lifelong bonds while preparing for their futures. In Botswana, couples often choose to live together as pre-wedding roommates, sharing life's routines without formalizing their union. Take 28-year-old Naledi and her partner Kabelo, for instance. Together for 7 years, they met in college and moved in after graduation. Their life resembles a traditional marriage, sharing chores, budgeting, celebrating milestones, and hosting friends for lively dinners. Yet they've chosen not to marry, despite pressure from relatives. For many, the high cost of weddings in Botswana is a major barrier. Unlike simpler ceremonies abroad, weddings here involve extravagant gifts from the groom's family, including gold, jewelry, diamonds, and even a house. These traditions can make the cost of marriage higher than buying a car or home. While some couples save for years to marry, others, like Naledi and Kabelo, find happiness without the label, embracing a modern twist on love and commitment in a deeply traditional culture. What do you think about the lifestyle of pre-wedding roommates? Would you want to expertise the same here? Botswana's economy shines as brightly as its diamonds, boasting a GDP of over $20 billion and a per capita income of around $8,300, making it one of Africa's wealthiest nations. Remarkably, diamonds contribute a staggering 70% to the country's export earnings and nearly one-third of its GDP, cementing Botswana as a global leader in diamond production. The nation is home to some of the largest diamonds ever discovered. The most famous is the Cullinan Blue Diamond, a flawless 39.34 carat gem sold for $57.5 million. But the real showstopper is the Lesedi La Rona, meaning Our Light, a 1,109 carat monster found in 2015, one of the largest diamonds in history. Even more impressive, Botswana holds 6 of the top 10 largest diamonds ever unearthed, including the massive Orapa and Sewolo diamonds, weighing over 1,000 carats each. This diamond-rich land balances tradition and development, with its sparkling gems not only fueling its economy, but also symbolizing the country's resilience and prosperity. Botswana's diamonds aren't just stones. They're a testament to a nation's ability to turn natural wealth into global prestige while preserving its cultural and natural heritage. Water in Botswana is as precious as its diamonds, a scarce and vital resource in this arid land dominated by the Kalahari Desert. Rainfall is erratic, averaging just 400 millimeters annually, with some areas receiving even less. The Okavango Delta provides a seasonal lifeline, but much of the country struggles with water shortages. So why not use diamond wealth to buy water? The answer lies in geography and sustainability. Transporting water over vast distances is costly and impractical. Instead, Botswana invests in water conservation, infrastructure, and efficient usage, proving that even with riches beneath its soil, some treasures are simply irreplaceable. Botswana's roads are surprisingly good, especially in urban areas, though some rural routes can be rugged and dusty. But here's the wild twist. Driving through the country often feels like stepping into a living wildlife documentary. Elephants, giraffes, and antelopes roam freely, occasionally crossing highways, creating traffic jams with their majestic presence. It's common to see elephants grazing or even strolling along the roads, especially in places like Chobe National Park and the Okavango Delta. The country is a haven for wildlife, with around 130,000 elephants, making up nearly half the country's human population. Botswana boasts one of the largest elephant populations in the world, and its national parks cover over 100,000 square kilometers, an area roughly the size of several European countries combined. In addition to elephants, Botswana is home to a rich variety of animals, including lions, leopards, rhinos, and wild dogs. Some of the rare species you might spot include the the endangered African wild dog, and the elusive black-maned Kalahari lion. The vast, untouched wilderness means that Botswana remains one of the best places in Africa for wildlife enthusiasts to encounter these magnificent creatures in their natural habitats. It's not just a safari, it's a step into the heart of nature itself. The Kalahari Desert, stretching over 900,000 square kilometers, covers much of Botswana and parts of Namibia and South Africa. Despite its arid reputation, this desert is far from barren. The desert comes alive in a magical way, especially during the rainy season when sparse vegetation bursts into bloom and animals thrive. The beauty of the Kalahari lies in its vast golden sand dunes, salt pans, and dramatic sunsets. There's an eerie calmness here, a sense of timelessness, where the land stretches endlessly into the horizon. The desert's beauty isn't just in its rugged landscape, it's in the way life manages to flourish in the most unlikely of places, making it one of the most mesmerizing and mysterious environments on Earth. Botswana is a country that celebrates life with a rich array of festivals that reflect its cultural diversity and vibrant traditions. One of the most famous is the Botswana Music and Cultural Festival, a lively celebration of music, dance, and art that brings together people from all corners of the nation. Visitors are treated to traditional dances, vibrant performances, and an insight into Botswana's cultural heritage. When it comes to food, Botswana's cuisine is hearty and flavorful. A must-try dish is seswa, a slow-cooked beef or goat stew, often served with pap, a maize porridge, and vegetables. Another favorite is morogo, a wild spinach dish cooked with onions and tomatoes, offering a delicious taste of the local flavors. Don't forget to try biltong, dried cured meat, as a snack, an essential part of Botswana's food culture. Botswana is considered one of the safest countries to travel in Africa. The crime rate is relatively low, especially in comparison to other nations in the region, making it an excellent destination for tourists looking for adventure and tranquility. The people are welcoming and friendly, ensuring visitors feel at home. Healthcare for visitors is decent, particularly in major cities like Gaborone. While private clinics and hospitals offer good services, travelers should still ensure they have travel insurance, as medical facilities in remote areas can be limited. It's also recommended to take necessary vaccinations and carry basic medical supplies, especially when venturing into more isolated regions like the Kalahari Desert or the Okavango Delta.